It's interesting you actually pointed out that you can identify those by the Italian flags on the doors.
Yeah, I think that's generally the way to.
Yeah. Obviously, we've seen Monolith, and we haven't seen Albert yet. Oh, and before we do, actually, we've got Luca there spinning out over the track and returning the pits.
And I'll tell you, I actually noticed something kind of interesting when you were gone.
What's that?
We have Cortex, who is now a part of Nassau Racing, and he wasn't for race 1, as far as I know.
Is that allowed to switch teams during mid-race, mid-season?
I'm not sure. Maybe he just didn't have the skin, or they added him as a free agent. I don't, or maybe he just wasn't on the top server. I can't remember, but
that could very well be. I mean, he's under Nassau Racing in the list,
and he's got the pink livery, the same as Petrol, except Petrol's obviously has the Victoria's Secret.
Yep. Yeah, I couldn't say. I don't know.
But it looks good. It looks really good. So we're almost at...
I'm just swapping back to Luca for a second. I like his skin because it's got white, black, which is 2 non-colors that I really like. But it's got a hint of, what is that? Turquoise or like baby blue or whatever you want to call it. I like it. I think it's very sexy looking.
And I believe, like I said, that he is on a team with Oscar Pink. Or actually, you know what? Look in check.
I can't imagine he's with Oscar Pink, is he? Where is Oscar Pink?
It is actually Dennis Marcotte, who is coming out of the pits right now. And his is it's obviously the same, except instead of that turquoise, his is orange. Which is very cool.
That is very cool. Yes, that is cool. So, looking at JT Racing and Oscar, he's not in yet. He's not practicing, is he?
I don't see him here, and I'm gonna look quick and see what his pre-quali time was. Oscar, he's pretty quick. He just might not have. Let's see.
Scrolling through the list, and
he might just not. He might not be here today. Oh, he's actually 36th, so he would be on the second server.
Wow, 36th. I have Adder.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at I just looked at the EU.
Yeah. We see Dennis spinning out there into the gravel.
So yeah, surprising to see Oscar not in the top split. He was last week at Imola, and obviously we saw him with quite the performance in GTE.
Exactly. I'm very surprised. Dennis not having a very good time.
Yeah.
Spinning out twice.
Yeah.
He's having trouble getting out of the gravel at this point. And it's interesting. It's obviously interesting when you do come out of the gravel, your tires are dirty, overheated probably by spinning. And it's very easy to make another mistake there.
And we have Renz now on server, so that's Rune's teammate in Nassau Racing, and then Petro and Cortex are Nassau Racing Nano.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting race. When we do consider that people will be running mediums, obviously we are racing for 60 minutes, so we would be talking a single pit stop. Am I right?
Yeah, we'll see. I would guess we're gonna see 98% of the field pit, anywhere between I think 25 minutes in to 35 minutes in that 10-minute window. Everyone's gonna be coming in at about the halfway mark. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, especially just watching practice. We're seeing a lot of guys spinning out right now, and obviously the track is at about 97% grip.
It's good to see people respecting the track limits. Obviously, it's been a bit of a an experiment, if I'm not mistaken, with latest races having a little bit more leeway on the track limits. But if I'm not mistaken, now with these races, we are really strict with the track limits, right?
Yeah, we started at we opened up at Imola. They were pretty serious with the checks. Obviously, we have an automated system that reports back to the league organizers. We get like a report of who cut how many times and things like that. So we essentially set the zones. When four tires are out off the track over the white line, that's considered a cut. So at Imola, we actually it was pretty strict. There was a lot. We backed it down a little bit for GTE, and then we saw that the areas that weren't monitored, there was some abuse going on. So now we're back to checking just about everything.
Which, in my opinion, is the best way to do it, because it helps create the even play field that you want, especially with obviously online racing. It's so important.
Yeah, and you know, without live stewards to really kind of just dish penalties out on the fly, it's
just not possible.
It's not. So we actually looking at the map, every single turn is monitored somewhere. It'd be at the entry, the exit, the apex. It's every turn has something. So we'll see.
Try and get the track limits onto the stream right now, so it's actually visible on the stream. So here we have the track, and you can see pretty much from turn 1 till 8 there's track limits involved there. So very interesting to see, and it'll be good to see how people behave over the curves.
And also, I mean, just looking at the pre-qualification times, we're expecting to see. I think the Porsches are going to have a pretty good day here.
Yeah, it's the Porsches and the Audis, obviously.
They seem to be the strongest, just looking at those times. And with
actually, am I saying that right? Is it the Audi in the front? Let me check. No, we're seeing Porsche, Huracan. There's a Z4 in there for Team ASD, of course.
Yeah, it's and I mean, I think what the real equalizer is going to be is that with the track temps being hotter than they were at Imola, we can expect that most cars are going to have to run mediums. And the Porsche can pretty much never run softs for a full 30-minute stint. They just absolutely chew those tires up. So now that everyone's going to more than likely be running mediums, it's going to kind of level that playing field a bit for the Porsches, and that's going to make it interesting.
It is outstanding.
You know, honestly, Laszlo's a white car for me.
Oh no, you're kidding. He is running a very pink Hello Kitty livery. This is amazing. It's got a Ninja Kitty on the front, kitties with bows on the side.
I have to be honest, I'm a little happy that I don't have it downloaded now.
Why is that?
Because that's just a little too much.
Oh, it looks good. It looks very good. I'm impressed. For anybody who can go out, skin like this, and run, what is it? Fifth in the server or whatever, you have my respect. Very nice. I like it. It's not as racy as, you know, one would like, but I'll make the exception.
Yeah, I'm actually seeing that on your stream, and that's pretty horrific. I'm not gonna lie.
So I take it you're not a fan.
You can mark me down as in the not a fan category for that one.
So I'm looking at just while we're on the subject of cars, I'm looking at the stream overlay that we're using, and there is no car indication in this overview. Is that normal, or am I doing something wrong?
What do you mean? Like, as far as what car they're driving?
Yeah, you can't see what car they're driving.
Yeah, that's never been.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you're alright.
So we do see Pisani and Stefano. They're testing softs at the moment. We see Albert the same, testing softs. Laszlo testing softs, but the rest of the field is on mediums.
Kind of surprised to see the Lambo in sauce for right now. He might be able to do it. Maybe it's a quality setup.
Who's driving a Lambo in softs?
Albert.
Albert, yes he is indeed. Can we check on the pre-time what tires he was running? Because they were on mediums. Was it stuck to mediums?
Wait, say this again? Oh, pre-quali, yeah, pre-quali. Yeah, it's locked to medium tires.
For example, for Team ASD, I see that his fastest lap was set on softs, but that might actually be just an error. You ran a 1:30, yeah, okay. Roger. So this is all softs, interesting. So yeah, interesting to see what he'll do. Maybe he'll use it for qualifying, which does make sense.
We just saw someone else go over to mediums now, because we only have 3 now in sauce.
Yeah, that would have been Pisani, moved to mediums. Interesting. Well, I don't know. I can imagine for qualifying it'll work just fine.
Yeah, I think quality you're gonna see.
But then again, it does make it interesting then that in this case people are practicing on the mediums right now, which does mean people are more focused on getting into the race groove rather than their qualifying best lap.
In the field again, I mean it's really tight with pre-quali. So I think they're gonna want to try to qualify as high as they can. This is a track that, in my opinion, is pretty easy to be consistent on. It's not super technical. It's kind of just a lot of big sweeping turns.
Yeah, we'll go on board with Albert here and have a look at what a full lap looks like. It's a very cool track, I think. I'm scared to call it simple, but it's relatively easy to estimate the turns and turn in, find your apex, turn to the outside, etc.
Yeah, this is a track.
It's very clean.
This is a track where we're going to see lots of passing in the braking zones, especially turn 2.
Albert's turning in, so I'm just sorry to interrupt you there. We're just moving to Dennis for a full lap, so we're just coming over the start finish. So we're heading to turn number 2, Remus. Is that Remus? Remus?
Yeah, Remus, I believe.
So we have track limit on the outside, and a track limit on the inside here. So you have to stay on the apex, 2 wheels on the track, right?
You only need 1.
1 wheel on the track.
If you can somehow manage to do that, I'd be impressed.
So then we go to Schlossgold, turn number 3.
And that's another turn again. You're going to see a lot of, I think you're going to see a lot of passing in that braking zone there, trying to get to that inside.
And there's no track limit on the outside there as well, because obviously there is sand, there's not much you can win. So we're going through Rauch right now, turn number 4. No track limits here. There is track limits here on the outside actually. Turn number 5, Worth Curve. No track limits there. And then number 6 there. Oh! And then either I'm disconnected or something happened. I had a bit of a lag spike, but we're back. I just watched Dennis drive into outer space. And we're back on start finish. So I missed turn number 7 and turn number 8 there. That's okay.
And we definitely, now that I'm looking at this, just about everyone that's going to be racing here is about on server now. We are missing some notables here today. Both Tommy and Rami from Finn team are not here. And they are currently in second place.
Yeah, and I'm very disappointed to see Oscar missing from the pro server.
We have... Yeah, we have Sylvain here. Yeah, Finn team is not here. And I don't see them on pre-quali. And if they did, if they would have, you could expect to see them on that top split.
Yep. So I'm just going to park the camera here for a second, mute the microphone, and enjoy some dinner. Practice is finishing in 13 minutes, and then we're looking at 25 minutes of qualifying. So I will be back in a second. Alright, Tony, it looks like we've gone ahead to qualifying a little early.
Yeah, I think we were actually, you know why? It's because the server went down.
Interesting, okay.
Because of that issue, so we are now starting quali.
We have a huge pack out on the track already. It's very interesting to see so many people come out straight away.
Everyone rushing to try to be the first one out and get away from traffic, and instead they all came out in the middle of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Tuomas in front, is he the first one on the track? No.
There is, I count, at least 4 ahead of him. And you see him, he's scrubbing those tires.
Yep.
Maybe a little too aggressively.
Looks like Rune is the first one on the track. So we'll take the opportunity to go on board with Rune and enjoy his first track, his first lap, and see how he does.
Seems like anything below 130 is going to be pretty competitive for Paul. We saw about 3 guys with 129s in the practice session, so
yeah,
that seems to be the target to aim for. If you can get below 130, you're going to be sitting probably top 5.
All right, here we have Rune going across start finish, and his lap timer is going.
Big pack of cars coming down in the front straight right now.
Taking it very gentle, no curb on the inside there. Just interesting to see. I always find it painful to watch how understeery the cars are, and you just have to wait so patiently before you go on the throttle, going out of the turn.
Yeah, the Porsche can be it can be pretty lively on this track, especially through just knowing from my practice with the car through Red Bull Mobile. We actually have someone off track there. It looks like it was Cortex.
Wow. Rune has done it with 129.9.
Setting the bar pretty high there.
And there goes the rest. Tuomas and the Cynic.
Oh, Tuomas with a 128.
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
It is interesting to mention that Rune is currently qualifying on medium tires.
Yeah, quite a few on softs, as I think we expected to see. A little bit surprised there isn't more.
Yeah, so we're seeing Sylvain as well on mediums. I'm interested to see what he'll do. It's very unfortunate. He's so stuck in traffic. You can see he's creating a gap right now. Try and get some distance at least for a good run. We had some questions, I think, in the chat about pitting. So yes, pitting is mandatory. You need to do at least 1 pit stop, and you can't do it on, is it the last lap, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, if you wanted to. You can't end the race on a pit stop, obviously. And it's important to note too, they don't have to take tires or fuel if they don't want to. If you want to load up the car with a full tank and throw mediums or hards on for the whole race, you can do that. We just don't see many guys attempting that.
Sure. Let's see what Sylvain's doing here as he crosses the finish line. Currently in 10th position. Yeah, he's put down 130.4, which is good for 10th position.
We're seeing some pretty good laps here.
Yeah, you have to say the Audi. It sounds beautiful, doesn't it? It's the high-pitched noise of the engine that just makes it feel faster than, for example, the Porsche or the Mercedes, especially. If you had to choose, Tony, in this game, what are your favorite? The internal sounds of the engine or the external ones?
I think you have to go with external. They sound much better.
It's the majority of people who say that, but
yeah, they sound much better.
I actually hate the external noises.
There's some very good sound mods out there that you can get, but almost every time there's an update, you have to then update that app, and it's just it's a bit of a hassle.
I was gonna say they break so often.
We're not seeing much change here now.
Now we have Sylvain crossing the line, but no improvement.
Rune jumping back up in the second, but still almost a full second off pole, which really is
on the mediums though. Again, Rune on mediums.
Again, it's gonna be interesting to see if anyone can keep up with Tuomas if he's running a full second faster right now.
Well. It does, again, it makes me wonder why Rune isn't giving it a gamble on the softs to see if he can improve. If we're talking about a second gap, it's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, and I know, I'm running the 911 this season, and my teammate has there is a quality setup made, but you get about 2 good laps on those softs before they're about done.
Let's look at the midfield here. So we have Petrol doing 130.2 with the beautiful pink Victoria's Secret livery.
And Pisani running pretty quick again. Top 10, that's good to see.
Absolutely.
You see Felix and Christoph.
Did you find out about Cortex, whether he's running in the team?
Yeah, he is. He definitely is. I think he must not have had the skin uploaded, or I didn't have it downloaded.
Interesting.
Or he wasn't on the server.
Christoph Woolkonig, and I love his skin. It's white with like a British Racing green. It's very nice.
Yep, that's the Finn team livery. So you see. You'll see Tommy and Rami, they are in the R8 with a very similar one. And Cade was in the Lambo with, again, the same one, just on different cars. So, good to see. I like to see the different cars rocking the same one, but it looks like Christoph is the only one from Finn Team here today.
Apologies for some of the background noise there, as I was just finishing up my eating. All done now. No more clunky noises.
You see 6 guys now below 130. Ren sneaking in there.
Just Felix Neuendorf left with no good lap just yet. His best being 1 minute and 45 seconds.
We see Sergio Coelho, who was he in practice? He hasn't set a time yet.
Sergio, he actually just joined the server, I think. He's running a very nice little livery here, but we hadn't seen it yet, so no, I would say he just joined the server and he was not in practice. Sylvain giving it a test on the softs now, so interesting to see what he can do. He's just exiting the pits.
So now going down the list, at the people running mediums, they are almost exclusively 911s, with the exception of Santi Lorette. And Dennis, who's in the pits, has mediums on, but anyone else out there rocking medium tires, they're in a 911. It's because they just absolutely destroy those soft tires. And we see Pisani jumping up into fourth.
Luca putting down a 130.1 in the Ferrari.
Very competitive times.
Absolutely.
Second place through, what is it?
8th, 7th.
Second place.
7th.
Yeah, second through.
Under 30.
Yeah, second through 8th is all within 2/10 of each other.
That's insane, isn't it?
And honestly, you could extend that out to 10th with Luca. I mean, it's really there's 9 positions.
This really does say something about the pro split. Obviously, you're looking at the pinnacle. Is that the right word? The pinnacle people.
Yeah, this is these are the best guys that we have in the league that are in this split, with the exception of a few from NA that can run about as fast.
You're looking, for example, at the bottom quartile here in the server, and you're like, these guys are still insanely fast.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole server now is within 2 seconds.
Yeah, and I expect to see Nonk. I'm sure that's gonna, and there it is. I was gonna say it's gonna go below 131, and sure enough, there it is with a 130.8. So now they're all below 130. The split from pole all the way to the back is 2 seconds right now.
Knopf obviously riding for the United We Are. Very cool livery as well. Very playful.
With the exception of Tuomas, everyone else is within 1 second of each other.
With the exception of Tuomas. It's a crime.
It does show that, and I think he only did a couple laps, and he's been sitting in the pits now.
I know.
So he, it's who can keep up, and hopefully,
he is actually coming out.
He's coming out. We'll see. If he gets ahead in turn 1, gets out of turn 2 unscathed, I think if he builds any kind of gap, it's going to be insurmountable, which is pretty much what we say just about every race we see him in. As he just absolutely ran away with it in GTE. And, I mean, he had to work for it at Imola in the GT3, the opening race, but he still got there just through sheer persistence and pace. So we'll see.
We have Robo putting down a second position, of course, and looking at the driver standings, he's in. Is it 15th position? No.
Who's this?
Further down, even Robo, who's second, qualifying second right now.
I think he was somewhere in the top 10. I don't exactly remember where, but that's a nice showing for him right now. And I believe he's on Supernova Racing.
He is Supernova Racing, but he wasn't driving the pro split last race.
At GTE, yeah, he's his teammate in Supernova Racing too is Sylvain.
Now, is this his first? I'm trying to find him on the list of GT3, but I can't find his driver standing.
He finished 17th at
17th,
Imola.
yeah, gotcha.
So, to go from finishing 17th there to now sitting in number 2,
yeah, exactly.
That's quite the difference. So let's see if he can improve on that, maybe get a little closer to Tuomas. I'm not sure that anyone else has the pace.
It's good. It looks like it'll be, depending on the start, a very lonely race for Mr. Tuomas.
Well, we can only hope that it's not.
Exactly. Minutes left on qualifying. Everybody has put down a good lap. The entire grid is now under 1 minute and 31 seconds. The majority of the field on softs.
Except for the 911s.
Pisani, Renz. Yeah.
Yeah, Pisani going back to mediums. I think he was running softs. And then, like I said, Santi Lorette in the Lambo running mediums right now.
Fingers crossed to see if the on-screen apps will continue to work in 10 minutes. In case you're watching now and you hadn't watched the previous race, we had some problems with the on-screen apps not working due to some issues. So let's see if we have all that sorted out.
That's all. We've been assured that they are fixed.
Can you tell us on the on-screen app what is the difference between a red and a green P for pit?
You know, that's a really good question.
We don't know that.
That's going to be a question for Adder. I'm sure he told me when he first made it, and I just completely forgot.
It looks to me like a red person is in the pits and a green one is driving in the pits.
You
so
know,
green ones are entering or exiting, and
that could be
the red ones are stationary. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Petrol is stationary with the green one. Honestly, not sure. Unless he's just.
Yeah, he might not be in the actual pit menu.
Yeah, he could just be idling there.
Anyhow, let's see if Renz can do anything still. If he's coming out, no, he just went in. I'm interested to see if he'll give it a shot on softs still. See,
Team ASD and Renz both jumping ahead of Robo there.
Renz coming out again on mediums. They must be tweaking their setup, making final little changes, not being happy with what's going on.
Kind of surprised to see Albert in 9th.
No, when we look at pre-qualifying, I think he was a little bit down as well. Or is that wrong?
He's usually one of the faster guys.
Yeah, he pre-qualified 10th. Yeah. Looking at the list, the public list.
So then he is right about where he should be.
Sure, yeah.
According to that.
Yeah, Tuomas, Renz, Rune, Pisani, Tuomas D. Knollekop. Is he not driving?
I don't see him.
No. Sake Lepo is also not driving. Oh, yeah, he is. He's 15th. So Sake put out a 130.1 and he is doing a 130.2. So he's got a little bit of room left. Qualifying on the mediums as well. It's interesting to see.
It'll be real interesting to see who's going to be running softs for the actual race. With the track temps the way they are. I mean, we know that the Porsches are all going to be on mediums, but the R8 especially, I'm curious to see where that is going to, where that's going to stand. Laszlo, jumping way up there. Roble now down in the 6th.
Where was Laszlo?
Laszlo, I think, was just outside the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. And Luca jumping back up in the 10th position. Yeah, there's definitely some jockeying going on here.
You got it.
Tuomas, yeah, a 128.6.
I'm still blown away by the 128.6. I mean, we're talking about a second faster. Even looking at pre-quali, it was at 129.6. Where has this second come from? It's a bloody second.
Might be partially the the temperatures here. Pre-quali is, some of the variables are set, so there's no tire wear, there's no fuel usage.
That's a fair point, obviously, and we were on mediums. Yeah, you're absolutely right. With that said, it surprises me that the rest of the grid isn't able to improve further. If we benchmark Tuomas and say the difference between pre-quali and this real-time setting is about a second, it's interesting to see that the rest is only able to improve about 5 or 6 tenths of a second.
And, I think that, too, that just goes to, you got to kind of tip your hat to Tuomas and just say, okay.
Absolutely, sure.
You're just a freakishly fast driver at this point. I mean, a full second above the second place guy in qualifying. I mean,
it's crazy.
And this is not a slow split by any stretch of the imagination. These guys can all drive. And for him to just go out there and do that, it's shocking.
He just improved his time as well last lap. I don't know if you've noticed, but he was at 129.6 something, and now he's at 129.64. So he has actually improved his lap time still.
Yeah, he shaved about 3 tenths off from where he was.
it's as if he just went out to see like, oh, can I still do it? Yeah, I can still do it.
And now he's back in the pit.
And back out.
Yep.
I don't know if he is.
And there's Rune. Rune jumping up into second place with the 1:29.6. That's a pretty good time for him.
Absolutely.
He was floating around by 8-9.
And he did that on the mediums?
Correct.
Yeah.
So again, we'll see what Tuomas. Is he gonna run softs or is he gonna run mediums?
I think that's a good question, and I honestly don't know.
And can he do a 1:28.6 consistently on medium tires?
He's still looking to improve. I mean, he's scrubbing the tires now, getting some more distance to the guys in front.
And if he does, and you know, the guys that do go softs, this track is hot. I mean, 30C that's cooking. So I don't know how long those softs are gonna last.
Do you have information on track temperatures now, or? I don't know how to read that actually. Is it?
I could probably get it. Let's see. The asphalt is at 38 degrees Celsius right now.
38. Okay, interesting.
Track grip is at 98%.
You could theoretically run soft tires, you know, if you want to do your first stint a little shorter. It is a possibility.
And we might see that. I mean, maybe Tuomas knows, like, he's looking at these times saying, yeah, I'm a second faster on softs. Maybe I just try to get a 20-minute stretch out of these, build up a nice lead, pit early, and then just hope that no one else is able to catch up. But keep in mind, Rune and Renz and Petrol, I mean, all of Nassau Racing, they actually didn't take tires on their pit stop at Imola. So they just came in, took fuel. They shaved about 10 seconds right there just by doing that.
So do you feel that people will actually skip out on tires on the Red Bull Ring as well?
It's hard to say with the temps the way they are.
We'll have to keep an eye out on who starts on mediums and go from there, I suppose.
My gut feeling says that they're not. They're going to have to take tires just because, I mean, Imola was definitely, it was a cooler race.
Colder, yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, Imola is pretty tough on tires too, so.
So Tuomas is giving it everything he's got at the point at this moment. I do think he actually ran wide on one of the track limits. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm not sure if this one is for the points.
We got time for about, we'll probably see about another 2 laps from some of these guys. Tuomas, so
no, he's going straight back in.
Pits. Yeah, he's seen enough.
And I was gonna say it's just so impressive to see these people use every centimeter of the track available to them.
Yeah, I mean that's why these guys are in the top split. I mean they really they're getting everything out of it right now, especially Tuomas. I don't know how much more time there is from a 1:28.6. I really don't. That's shockingly fast.
Yeah, I don't see anybody improving that. We have 58 seconds left, so that means that everybody starting the last lap now will be on their last lap. So let's see what that does with the standings. Ren's putting out at 1:29, yeah. Very good.
That's good for Nassau Racing. Now they have the 2-3 spots, assuming that assuming no one else jumps ahead of them. I think Rune might have just run wide. So I think he's going to have to abort this lap, but I'm not positive. I kind of wasn't watching closely. He's going into the pits, it looks like. No? Yes, he is. Yeah. Ran wide. Might have been a good lap, but he had to abort. Luca breaking the 130.
This is a normal standing start, yeah?
Correct. Yeah, this isn't a long start.
Means I'll be moving my camera into racing start position.
Yep. Team,
What's up?
Team ASD was on a burner there, and then he ran wide in Red Bull Mobile and just decided, yeah, I'm gonna go back into the pits, and he smacked the wall.
Oops.
Good decision to abort though. Robo with the 129.5, spoiling the 2-3 by Nassau Racing there, sneaking into the third position.
Robo as well on 129.5.
Very nice. So that looks like, I think that's just about everyone.
All right, let's see what our apps do as we move into.
That is the $1 million question right now.
I'm so nervous for it to break down again. I'm gonna be extremely disappointed, but I think we're gonna be okay.
Well, if they do, we at least have some practice with calling it without. And it should be moving over into...
How many? Do we have a 5-minute timer before the race starts?
Yes, I believe it's 5 minutes. So congrats to Tuomas. Back-to-back poles.
9 laps is what he's done. Yeah, 129.64. It's insane. Beautiful time.
Yeah, he only did 9 laps. Yeah. But pretty impressive times across the board. I mean, these guys are...
It's insanely tight. Absolutely. And yeah, what Sylvain is saying, there's 4 supernovas in the top 9. Very nice.
Yeah, it's a strong showing for that entire team. Definitely have to be happy to see that. Alright, and we are headed to the grid.
Alright, looks like the app is working.
Oh,
very good.
It does look that way. We see Luca disconnecting.
Oh no, let's hope he can make it back in time. I would be very disappointed for him to miss out. I believe he had some disconnection issues last time as well. Yeah, the app is definitely working.
So for anyone watching, well, I think it's working. It's doing some strange things for me right now.
Yeah, that's with people disconnecting from the grid, and then everybody is moving ahead and backwards. There's 2 people currently disconnected, and there's us in the back, so no worries there.
So for those watching at home though, as you'll see on the scoreboard, everyone's yellow right now. And what that means is that there is a close battle. They're within 0.3 of a second to the guy in front or behind. And then you'll see them flash red like they are now when people are rejoining, because there's been a change in position. So it makes it easy for us to see who's moving where. Keep an eye on things.
Speaking of the color yellow, everybody but Tuomas and Albert in the top 10 on medium tires. Interesting choice. Let's see what that means.
I'm not as surprised.
No, Tuomas switching to mediums. So that means only Albert on softs.
Albert and Santi Lorette. So that's McSalton's Racing in the Lambos. I'd be shocked if they stay on softs.
So you're saying Santi as well is in the Lambo?
Yeah.
Okay. Sergio is showing 2 medium icons in the bottom there. What does that mean? Or is that just a bug?
I see the Cynic has 2 mediums. It's supposed to... What that usually shows means that they took a different compound when they pit.
Sure. Okay, almost be a bug.
That could just be a bug. But again, congrats to Tuomas taking the pole. In second, we see Renz.
Absolutely.
In third, we have Robo.
So we have 2 minutes and a half remaining before the start of the actual race. So sit tight.
think you're right about the timer not being correct.
I think it's because we're in pre-time. Let's see. If it doesn't work, no problem.
And some of the standings are definitely a little funny right now with people coming and going.
Yeah, I'm seeing Team ASD in front, and obviously it is Tuomas in front, so...
Yeah, Renz is in second place. Renz is in second place, but he's showing his fourth, so... It might it might take a lap. Actually, no, it should update in real time, so once the race starts, it should be...
As soon as they overtake, they should be okay.
It should be reset.
So we have Tuomas in first position. Who is following after that?
Renz is in second. Robo in third. Rune in fourth.
Yep.
Team ASD is in fifth. Laszlo Gall in sixth. The Cynic in seventh. Sylvain, I believe, that is in eighth. Pisani ninth. Yeah,
Sylvain is behind Laszlo.
Albert 10th. Luca 11. Stefano 12. Sake Lepo 13. Petrol 14. Monolith in 15th. Cortex 16th. Paul Prekup in 17th. Felix Neuendorf 18th. Dennis Marcotte 19th. Christopher Wolkenig in 20th. Santi Lorette 22nd. El Gurk. No, Santi Lorette's in 21st. I'm sorry. El Gurk is in 22nd. Thomas Holzinger 23rd. Knock in 20. Oh no, yeah, I see it. Yeah, and Sergio Coelho in 25th. So after the top 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Ninth place on, it's correct. So we have 30 seconds until lights go out. We're going to be resetting to pits.
Yep.
Once that happens, and then we'll catch up.
Let's hope we get clear through the first Kestrel Edge turn.
And we have now everybody running mediums.
Yeah, that's a good one.
As
all right.
we suspected.
Lights on. I'll leave the commentary to you here, Tony.
Well, the commentary is going to go dark for a minute here. Back to pits.
Good start. Everybody is clean off the grid.
And
we have a huge collision there in the center.
Oh yeah, lots of
dividing
contact.
Up the midfield. First turn, very clean.
And we see Renz getting ahead of Tuomas through turn 1.
Oh my gosh, a huge issue here with let's say the last 20 drivers. In the end, everybody is through clean.
Tuomas going on the outside of turn 2. Yeah, Renz holding on. We're forcing him out wide. He had a pretty good run there. Oh, this is pretty close. Let's get on board with Moon here. Follow these. Some Nassau Racing. 2 cars in the top 3. Renz made a nice move on Tuomas in turn 1. Was able to sneak by.
So just for confirmation, we do see Renz in front, yeah?
Yeah. The app is working correctly. We have Tuomas. He's 0.3 behind him. Moon catching up to them, and it's just going to be Renz trying to hold Tuomas back here.
And while we're on the subject, just as a short mention, we do miss the timer. We are on a race of 60 minutes, and I'll keep you updated in between. There's no timer in my screen. You will see a small timer in the top of ACRL stream, of Tony's stream, if I'm not mistaken. Everybody running slightly wide there over the apex.
Oh, Renz slid a little bit. We might give Tuomas enough to get side by side. He's doing his best to really squeeze him on the inside. That's smart. And now he's gonna hold. He's gonna hold that defensive line. Yep, he's not gonna give Tuomas a chance here. Kind of slow through turn 1. Rune right on Tuomas. A little bump. This is very tight in the top 3 right now. Tuomas and the Nassau Racing sandwich. He dives towards the outside. I think Renz is just gonna try to hold that inside line, but Tuomas is pretty quick. I think he had enough to get by, and he did.
Yeah.
It's a nice move. That's a really nice move.
He went right around. Some action in the back there.
And Rune and Renz side by side into turn 3. Looks like Rune's going to get it slightly ahead there. Renz really had a disastrous turn 2. Rune sliding a little bit, but this is still very close.
And then being very smart to back out of this little fight there. Just seeing and waiting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, Rune trying real hard to get side by side there. Not gonna happen. And he's just got to do his best to try to keep Tuomas close.
Exactly. Checking up Pisani as we enter the straight there. I think he'll have a chance. Side by side with the Cynic.
Rune going very wide through turn 1. Trying his best. Just keep Tuomas.
Did you see what happened to Albert as he went back into the pits? I don't know.
Albert's
Albert
in the pits?
24th position. Yeah, he's all the way at the back of the grid now.
He might be. The only thing I can think of is that he was collected in that big incident at the beginning of the race, and he might just be trying to fix some damage now.
Yeah, I do see some damage on the front arrow.
It seems like Albert and Stefano really got the worst of it. Stefano down 10 spots, Albert down 14. And unfortunately, we don't have a live replay that we can go back and see exactly what happened, but there was a pretty big incident. I believe I saw Stefano's Lambo kind of go sliding across the track, which leads me to believe that either he was maybe trying to move and turned into someone, or someone turned into him and just kind of pit maneuvered him back into the middle of the field.
Mateo crawling up very close to Laszlo there.
Yeah, we're gonna see
what he can do.
Cynic blinking red, but there's no change in position there. So the front pack of the field is still pretty tight. Tuomas is almost up to a second gap on Rune now. And there it is. Let's catch up with Petrol. He's chasing down Gurk.
Petrol running wide there over the very big curb there, which won't help your exit speed.
No, you really don't want to. You don't want to get any of that. As soon as you touch that curbing, it's just immediately you're losing tons of time down that straight. Clipping that inside curb there a little bit.
Painful to watch.
We see Felix right on Albert. Going through turn 2 here.
Yeah,
Albert
let's see
with a disastrous start.
Let's see what he can do. It's painful to watch, like you mentioned.
Petrol still trying to chase down Gurk. Rune trying to track down Tuomas. Some very close battles. Pisani too, right on Laszlo.
Petrol running wide again.
Pisani's much better. He gets a good run here. He could have a chance. It's very tight.
It's good to see Petrol and Cortex as well running together. Same livery, obviously, with the pink. Very nice to see
Pisani
them.
definitely going to be able to. Oh, looked like he had the speed. He was getting a little bit of the draft. Side by side with Laszlo into turn 2. Yeah, Laszlo's going to get the better of that though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, but again, coming down into turn 3 now. Laszlo doing a good job holding that defensive line on the inside. Neither can outbreak one another, but Pisani, oh, he runs very wide. He gets some of the sand, and he loses a spot to his teammate. Sylvain now.
Well, let's see what Sylvain can do. Maybe he can put some extra pressure on Laszlo as well.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, Pisani didn't lose too much there. He only lost one position to his teammate, which isn't the worst thing in the world.
Sure.
Yeah, Petrol, or Sylvain very close now. Petrol still trying to track down O'Gurk too. Laszlo gonna take the inside. He doesn't. This is a sketchy move.
Yeah, he stays on the outside there. Yeah.
Yep, wisely. Yeah, the inside line through turn 1 is not ideal.
It doesn't work. No.
We see Stefano putting on softs, I think.
7 there.
I guess he must think there's nothing left to lose. And then we see Roble side by side with the Cynic going down into turn 3, I believe.
I'm not sure where they are on the track.
Yep, going into turn 3. Roble takes the inside, gets the pass. Nice move. Petrol still working on O'Gurk. Trying his best to find a way by him here. And this has been a pretty close battle throughout now. Pretty much this entire 10-minute start of the race, Petrol has just been plastered to O'Gurk. Just not able to find a way through.
We do see Tuomas now very slowly crawling away from Rune. Let's see if Rune can stay within the 1 second.
Yeah, Rune trying his best to keep up. Renz is starting to fall back now in that 3rd place position. We see Rune's last lap was a 1:30, just about flat. He actually gained maybe a 10th on Tuomas. Not much though. Back on with the Cynic here, trying to track down Roble and get that position back. Looks like we jumped in just as there was about to be an incident. And Cortex right behind Petrol. Nassau Nano. And O'Gurk, looks like he opened that gap up pretty good there. I think we might have missed a mistake by Petrol.
It's nice to see the mid-pack staying quite closely together.
Very close. Now the app is showing Stefano has now his 3rd set of tires. So
he might be practicing a pit stop every lap. You never know.
I'm not entirely sure if that's correct or not. I have to assume it's not, because I think 3 compound changes in 11 minutes is pretty aggressive.
The Cynic still chasing down Roble.
Yeah. He wants that position back. We also see Sylvain. He made a pass on Laszlo. Yep, going down the straight.
Yeah.
Just had a better exit from turn 1. Going into turn 2, let's see. And now Laszlo has Pisani right behind him.
Yep.
So this is very close. We're on board with Pisani now. See if he can chase down that Mercedes here going into turn 3.
Oh, Laszlo going wide there a little bit, some understeer.
Yeah, definitely slid a little. Looked like Pisani braked a lot going in there. Laszlo just...
Very early, yeah.
Yeah, Laszlo just flew away from him.
Could have been a reflex.
Yeah, it might have been a little bit of a little too much braking there, but let's see. But nice job by Sylvain to get past him there. It feels very strange calling Megadeth Sylvain. Feels very strange.
Yeah, not so much for me.
You see Paul Precup chasing down Sake Lepa. Heading down into turn 1 now. Yeah, this mid-pack is very close to...
Aye.
Oh.
Nothing Paul can do there, though.
No. Taking a little more of that curb than he wanted. We see a yellow flag out. Let's see, where's that at?
Robo losing a position to Cynic there.
I think he got it right back.
He does. He's back in front.
The Cynic definitely outbraked him going into turn 2, but Robo just stuck to his line and took it right back. He should be able to hold on here with that inside line.
Nope.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes. The Cynic behind now on the outside.
But now the Cynic has inside. Let's see. Oh.
This is some good racing. Very nice.
Yeah, both side by side, given enough space. The Cynic decides he's going to just slot right back in there. Nice job by Roble defending there. That was exceptional.
My app has gone funny.
Has it?
Yeah.
What happened? Mine seems to be fine.
Roble was gone, but he's back now. The whole grid missed Roble for some reason. But he's back in position on the app now, so the app actually fixed itself. The Cynic there, taking the outside.
Oh.
Very nice.
Lambo just much quicker down the straights. And he's got the inside line now. Can he make it stick?
He does.
Oh. We're seeing the exact same thing that happened the previous lap.
Beautiful racing.
Boy, these two.
Very good. And again, Cynic there. He can't go around. He doesn't have a lot of room. Takes
Opts
the outside.
for the outside line, yeah. A little surprised.
He was hesitating. He didn't know where to go.
Almost as surprised to seeing Stefano on his 4th set of tires now.
This is great. Side by side through the turn there. The Cynic still behind Roble. Just can't make it stick just yet.
Yeah, Roble's doing a nice job. He's just kind of letting Cynic try to make his passes, and then he just takes it right back from him.
Sylvain will be enjoying the view from right behind.
Yeah, and I think he's just happy to see them keep fighting, because that just can let him catch right up now.
Yeah. Let's
so
see
now
what
we have this is a 3-way fight now.
Well, Sylvain will be able to follow here, but let's see what the Cynic can do. I do think he's got a bit more distance this time, so you'll have to stay behind.
Yeah, I think he just wants to work on getting a good exit out of turn 1 here, because he's just gonna be able to overpower that Audi now down the straight.
And again, it's interesting to see that the drivers are choosing to run wide there and grab the extra curb. There isn't a track limit there, but I can't imagine that doing good on your exit.
And Roble once again, he tries the same move. I think the Cynic made it stick that time. I mean, it's the exact same thing we saw.
They're side by side.
If he can outbrake, oh
wow,
interesting move. Interesting move in the braking zone.
Aggressive turn in to the inside
to change
of the turn.
that, to take that away. Not sure how I feel about that one. That's he's not going to win any awards at the end of the season for being a gentlemanly driver doing that, but
Roble
with
now
that,
behind.
the Cynic just opening it up now.
It's impressive.
He just had enough of the battle back and forth and just said,
now it's my turn.
I'm going to have to do this my own way now. That was quite the move in the braking zone, though.
Very.
To take that away, yeah.
Yeah.
That was something. Meanwhile, at the top, Tuomas, 3.5 second gap to Room.
Yeah.
This is about what we predicted at the start of the race, that if someone didn't get ahead of him and hold him back, then his pace was just going to carry him. And we see him run a 129.8, Rune running a 129.9. Actually, Ren's catching up to Rune now in 2nd and 3rd. I can't imagine those two are going to want to battle. They might just try to draft off one another and catch up to Tuomas.
Oh yeah, completely agreed. They'll just stick it out.
see Pisani right on Laszlo.
Taking the inside there.
Oh, Laszlo giving him the squeeze. Giving him the serious
will have
squeeze.
the inside now here. Luca must... Do you remember where Lucas started off the grid? With him being in 10th position right now, it's looking quite good for him as well.
Luca's up 1 position, so he was 11th. We see Petrol actually up 3 spots, and Dennis Marcotte up 6. Dennis probably got I'm sure a lot of that was off the incident at the start of the race where we saw lots of cars, and he just capitalized on it. So let's see now if he can keep Sake Lepo off and who's catching up. We see, oh, Gurk, something happened, caught some grass. Fell way back there.
Oh, that's painful.
He just lost about 6 positions, I would say. And there's close battles all over the track. We see Monolith, he's chasing down Paul Prekup in the Lambo.
Cortex coming close to Sake as well.
Ooh, Mono
Sake
coming in
overtaking
real hot.
Dennis there. You called it as well with Dennis keeping Sake behind him. He didn't manage to keep it there.
And now he's got Cortex right behind him, or side by side. I'm sorry, going into turn 2. And I think he got it. And now they're too wide. We also see Renz taking 2nd place away from his teammate Rune.
Wow, I missed that completely. Cortex now in front of Dennis. I think Dennis there taking it quite slow on the defense. Must feel he is just slightly slower.
Kind of an interesting line through that corner. Didn't really get as wide as you'd like to see. Might be worried about Knock creeping up on him from behind.
So you mentioned Renz obviously overtaking Rune, yeah?
Yeah, that's correct. And now they're 4 seconds off of Tuomas.
I'm surprised to see that happen, and I wonder if there was an incident of any kind, or we just are looking at a faster driver. What's going on there? We have Roble with a pit stop. That is very early.
20 minutes in.
20 minutes in.
Yeah, that's... Roble was...
He's on the mediums, and he takes straight back out. He did not do anything. Did he? Could there be a?
It could have
penalty?
been. It might have been a. It could have been a jump start, and he got a drive-through that he was just decided to serve now. I'm not sure how long you have to serve that penalty.
Sergio on the inside, overtaking Tuomas.
Thomas Holzinger, yeah, very nice. Oh, Paul Prekup with a very nice... Thomas ran wide there. This is a... that kind of came out surprising. And I'll tell you, this pack of cars right here, we're going to jump on board with Christoph Wolkenig.
Christoph on the inside there. Oh,
Christoph with a little bump. That's okay, though. Didn't send him flying, held it together.
No, it was good. It was good, yeah. Definitely solid line. And it was Thomas as well to give the space on the outside there. So we have in the chat, Laura is asking if it's possible to see the time. There's a bit of a problem with the app, which means that the timer is not working at this point. I can tell you we have 38 minutes left. We have Tomas on 14 laps, as you can see. So we are looking at probably, what, 40 to 45 laps on this race?
I think that's probably in the ballpark. Yeah. Let's jump in with Pisani, still working on Laszlo here. They're going too wide now into turn 3. Pisani's got the inside line.
And in the meantime, we have El Gurk taking a beautiful outside pass on Thomas there as well. Thomas falling further back.
Pisani still too wide, I believe.
Petrol and Luca making it. Oh, that was beautiful. Petrol now on the inside. Luca's sticking very nicely on the ouch. And
oh yeah,
she's lost the
Petrol gets
position.
him. Yep, nice move.
Very nice driving. Very careful as well.
Something happened. Is Cortex? Oh, Cortex is off track.
Oh no!
In the sand
Completely
trap.
missed that one.
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
So we'll get on now with Petrol here. We have a pretty
Sani
good
getting
fight.
very close on Laszlo.
Very close fight just in front of him. He's tracking down these guys now. Petrol up 5 spots since the start of the race.
Yeah, very good race for him.
Let's see if Pisani can make something happen here. I think he's too far back to make any kind of significant move in turn 2.
Monolith having a really nice race there on Christoph, I think, as well.
Looks like he gets past Paul. Paul takes it back.
Yeah, Paul is the inside line there, and he can make it stick. Monolith doing the smart thing and staying right behind.
Well, I think Monolith's got him now.
Does he?
That Lambo, that straight line speed though.
He's on the inside.
And he's got that Audi in front of him. Is going to really screw him up, and that worked out well for Monolith. And now Monolith's going to try to track down Sergio in front of him here.
Oh,
Lambo.
Paul braking very late.
Yeah, I think he missed his braking zone a little bit there. Oh, and then he runs extremely wide.
That's painful.
Oh, he comes back. I think everyone did a good job to dodge him. That hurts though.
Al Gurk obviously overtaking there, and it is painful to see for Paul. Obviously losing a position, trying to stick with it, and while he does that, he doesn't have the right line, so he has to slow down, but he chooses not to and runs wide. It's a very frustrating thing to see happen.
Yeah, I think he missed his braking zone, and then he was just pushing a little too hard to try to make that time back up, and it just resulted in another penalty. It's unfortunately,
and in the meantime,
snowballed on him.
Yeah, Pisani obviously still in the zone. 0.3 seconds behind Laszlo. Laszlo will be feeling the pressure.
Laszlo's doing a really good job keeping him back. This has just been ongoing for quite some time now. And I gotta be honest, Laszlo kind of just driving like there's no one behind him.
It's true. It doesn't look like Pisani has a very easy overtaking opportunity. And on the straights, like right now, you can actually see he's crawling away just a little bit.
Yeah, the AMG is definitely it's faster.
Oh, and there! Oh, wow!
Is that Petrol?
That was Sylvain on Petrol.
Petrol
Sylvain taking a very aggressive braking.
Was that so? No, I think that was Petrol flew right by Pisani there. Tried to outbrake him. Oh, that was aggressive.
You are completely right. Yeah,
that was some kind of move. Pisani did a good job seeing him coming too, because if he would have turned in, that would have been disastrous. We'll see. Can Petrol catch back up now?
Not at this point, no.
This is he's just got to hope that these two just really start going back at it again.
It's really start-finish where Pisani crawls closer to Laszlo.
Yeah, Pisani's doing a nice job keeping that gap. I mean,
we see Paul going into the pits. That could potentially be his first pit stop.
We're getting close to that pit window now. We'll definitely start seeing some guys heading in. It's a little soon, but I think you know, if you're sitting around traffic and maybe you feel like you can come out in a better position, then
absolutely,
yeah, by all means. Pisani getting very close again in the turn 3.
Yeah, he's doing a great job sticking so close and not causing any incidents. We got to remember it can be really challenging. Christoph getting very close with Monolith, both in Porsches.
And again, it's going to be interesting to see if Nassau Racing goes with the same strategy as they did at Imola, with the strictly refuel on the pit stop, keep the same tires on. Because if that's the case, you're going to see, well, you could possibly see Renz jumping into first place. He's only 4.5 off of Tuomas. But I don't know what kind of tire wear Tuomas is experiencing in the R8, if he's going to have to change or if he's going to stay with those mediums.
So who were in last race that did the tactic of not taking new fresh tires?
It was Renz, Rune, and Petrol.
Interesting.
All three guys in Nassau Racing.
Just to jump in there, it's interesting to see. We had Elgert now in the pits, is that correct? Yeah, Elgert taking a pit stop and on a different strategy than his teammate, which is also interesting to see. Let's see what he's doing. Matteo overtook Laszlo. No, he's on the outside.
No.
Cannot make it sick.
Oh, I don't know though. This could be interesting now. Laszlo did not have a very good exit, but the AMG is a little bit quicker. Oh no.
Oh no, he's behind.
Oh yeah,
wow.
he had a very bad exit.
Petrol trying to take advantage of
Yeah,
that
now
just
Petrol wants to get some of this.
Laszlo running slightly wide there.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, Petrol, good save. Good save. Petrol really putting the pressure on Laszlo here.
Luca going into the pits.
Yep. And I'm gonna jump up to we're gonna jump on the Tuomas here now and see when he's gonna be in the pits and if it's gonna be around the same time as Nassau Racing behind him, because there could be some interesting implications to that. I mean, Ren's about 4 seconds off of the leader, which is pretty insurmountable considering Tuomas's pace. But if Tuomas decides to put a new set of mediums on and Ren's doesn't, that could make that could put Tuomas in a position where he's going to have to catch up a little bit. And I just got word that Dennis Marcotte actually lost the server connection in DC.
Oh, that's very sad.
So that's unfortunate for him. Tuomas staying out.
Yeah, the most disappointing thing can be a disconnect. It's very unfortunate. Obviously, with multiplayer racing, it can always happen. That's very sad.
And we missed Petrol did get by Laszlo.
Yeah.
So Petrol now up 6 spots. Started in 14th, he's up to 8th now. So he's having a pretty solid race so far. And looking at the times, we see Team ASD also in pits, yeah.
Oh, he having some problems there. He overshot his pit just slightly there. Had to put it in reverse. So that will I think that cost him easily 2 or 3 seconds.
And team, I believe he was in 4th position. We also see Thomas Holzinger, Knock, Sergio. So we're starting to see quite a few guys coming into the pit lane now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Felix coming in. So let's jump back on with Tuomas here.
Yeah, let's see what he does. I can't imagine him staying out much longer unless...
I think this is about it.
It's very challenging. I mean, there is a chance that... like, what do you expect Tuomas to do?
I think it's likely he's going to take tires. I do think so. But it won't be this lap. He's staying out again.
I mean, if he's staying out, there is a possibility he's not taking tires.
I don't know. I think with the temperatures, I'd be surprised if he doesn't. Because I think the Audi's pretty tough. It's pretty tough on them.
I agree there, absolutely. Sake very close to Laszlo. Let's see what he can do with the Porsche. Both still on there.
Oh, that's a nice move.
Beautiful, but running slightly wide.
Yeah, it runs wide there. But a nice move nonetheless.
Beautiful overtake. Obviously just outbraking him. Very
we see,
simple.
We see Pisani in the pits with his teammate Megadeth.
Did they both go in at the same time?
Yes, they both went in.
Alright, let's see what they can do. Sylvain back on his way. He was very quick. Would it tell us if they did not take tires? Would it still say 2 circles?
I believe the app is supposed to, and Tomas staying out again. I believe the app was designed that you would see that second set of mediums, kind of like what we see with most of the field now, but instead of a solid circle, it's just an empty one. And I believe that's the way that it was designed. Now, I don't know if it's properly working, but we should be able to tell, I think, just by their times. And I would assume that Renz is probably watching for when Tomas goes in, and he's going to maybe try to go in with him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we're talking about a 5.5 second gap. Yes, he has been crawling away, Tomas, but it is still a manageable gap, obviously.
6 seconds now. 10 off of Rune. We see, I mean, Petrol up in the 5th position now. Up 9 spots.
It'll be interesting to watch Cortex as well. Obviously, him winning 6 positions and still needing a pit.
Now let's check in with Pisani. He's right on Santi Lorette. I just want to keep one eye on Tomas here.
Absolutely. I'll keep an eye on Tomas while you cover the action.
So Pisani, pretty close to Santi. I don't think he's going to have enough to make a move here in the turn 1.
And through all this, Tuomas still putting down lap times under 30 seconds, doing 1:29.6. It's interesting to see that he's managing his tires really well. Didn't over push it in the beginning. His fastest lap being 1:29.5 and his last lap 1:29.6. So only a tenth slower.
And that also, that does kind of show the difference though with the softs and mediums, because obviously on soft tires he did a 1:28.6, I believe, in qualifying for the pole.
That said though, I'm convinced he could squeeze out a quicker lap on these tires, but he's choosing not to. You know, he's still staying out, by the way, not going in.
Ooh, Pisani actually might be able to make something happen here. Ooh, Santi giving him a little check. Pisani wisely backs off. But this is pretty close, and we got Luca coming behind him. Trying to make the best of this battle.
Tuomas now running into some traffic.
And I'm
flashing his lights.
He has to be. I have to assume he's coming in soon, because in the back of, if I'm Tuomas, in the back of my mind,
he's staying out. He's staying out.
In the back of my mind, I mean, he knows what strategy NASCAR Racing ran last race. So, if that's true, and maybe he is staying on one compound at this point.
Just want to mention as well, it's very important, guys, if you get blue flagged, to move out of the way quickly. In this case, we see Tuomas being held up, unfortunately as well, going onto the main straight, and it's painful to lose that time.
Pisani is
on the inside.
Is he able to do it? At Lambo. Pretty wide exit there. I think he's got that. Yeah.
Pisani's making it stick, absolutely.
Yep, Santi Lorette ran a little too wide. I think he got on the gas a little soon. And that's also going to give Luca a chance now.
It's like I was saying, you got to be so patient with these cars. It's milliseconds too early on the gas and you're running wide.
Yeah, and especially, you know, at this level where everyone's so close to each other in times. Well, one little mistake like that could be enough to just, you know, lose you that position. So now we'll go on board with Luca here.
As well. I'll have a check and see what Tuomas is doing as he is traversing the traffic. He must want to come in as well to get rid of all this traffic.
And Ren's keeping that gap at about 5 seconds. I mean, it really hasn't changed much.
Tuomas now staying out still.
I think Tuomas is running one set, and he's going to take fuel. I really do, because if he wasn't, he knows that Nassau Racing is going to run one set of tires. And
just to give you an indication as well, that on the last lap, Tuomas did 4/10 slower, and it shows you what traffic can do.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we just saw Renz put down a 29.4, which is a very good time.
Trying to stick it on the inside of Santi there, but
he got it. I think Santi might have lost it.
Yeah, he outbraked.
Lost 2 positions, same corner as last time, but that also looking knock.
Very painful for
Luca
Santi.
holding that inside
to
line.
see what Knott can do. Yeah.
Was there contact?
Oh no, Luca's going completely wide into the sand.
I'm not sure what happened there. I think he was maybe just lost concentration, got on the gas a little too soon, but just gave it right back. That's a shame.
That is exactly a shame. Him getting that position and then losing too. Very painful.
We'll get on board with Renz here. Still trying to track down Tuomas. Gap at 5. And this would be a prime time for Tuomas to hit the pit lane when he's in the midst of all this traffic. But again, staying out there.
Yeah, and Renz and June, obviously, I have a feeling, Renz now going into the pit as we're speaking.
Yep.
Of that.
All
so
right.
Let's see what he does. It will be interesting to see him. And Rune also coming into the pit, so Renz and Rune doing a double pit stop.
So I think their strategies are on about the same page here, so let's see. It should be pretty obvious with how fast it takes to refuel.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, no tires. That is
without a doubt. That's just a refuel.
All right. So the app does show new tires.
Yeah. There's no way that he took tires there, though. That was far too quick.
Interesting. Interesting to see.
So now we have to keep an eye on Tuomas. Yeah. That's the next question. And you see also Sake Lepo has not taken a pit stop yet.
Very interesting. And now running in 3rd position. Obviously, he does need to take a pit stop yet. Roble there. Oh, Petrol actually going into the pit. And coming back out. I did not see what Petrol did with tires or.
I have to assume it's going to be in line with what Renz and Rune were doing.
Cortex having some issues there as well. Cortex, after he was done with his pit stop, he reversed.
Oh no.
I don't know why, but he reversed and then took off ahead. Petrol very close on team.
Yep.
Not sure what happened there.
I think just coming out of turn 2 there, he's right on him. Oh, he has enough speed.
He's got a better
team holding that
exit.
inside line. Let's see now. Yeah, Petrol's gonna have to give him that space.
Yeah, wisely not turning in. I think he had a little bit of rear locking up there. Very minor, keeping it close to the team.
You see Albert up in the 7th position. He's quietly made a comeback. I mean, he was
remarkable.
Way down. He's
I think he's done a lot of that through his pit stop as well, timing it ever so tactically.
Because he was down in 2nd last after that mix-up in the beginning of the race, and yeah, he's back in the top 10 and putting the pressure on the Cynic already.
It's surprising. I mean, I haven't actually seen him do a lot of overtaking, so I can only presume a lot of that happened through a pit stop.
And we're back with Tuomas coming through here.
Sylvain ran wide onto the main straight, so losing a position to Pisani and yeah.
Tuomas not coming there. Very interesting.
Oh yeah, he's still staying out, yeah.
And it is possible that he could just do a drive-through if he went full fuel and just do nothing, which would be shocking considering his pace if he could run with a full fuel tank and still open that gap up the way he did.
He ran his fastest lap just now, doing 129.4. So I'm not sure. You know, if he did, if he's doing what you're saying with a full tank, then we will see his lap times drop now as his car is getting a little bit lighter as well. So that could be an indication.
Well, we'll know if he just drives through the pits and doesn't stop, then
then we'll know for sure.
That's
Yeah,
definitely what he did.
Laszlo as well, still staying out.
Yeah, Laszlo has not pit yet. Some very interesting things happening. Normally in these races, you kind of just see everyone come in around the halfway point.
Come back out. Sergio sticking it on the inside of Tuomas, sorry, and overtaking him there. Very nice. I think that was Tuomas just running a little bit wide, giving Sergio the opening.
Tuomas is coming in. So here we go.
All right. Very good, very good. So let's see what that does for him. Obviously, we have some of the rear field now overtaking him. No concern there for him. Rens, he's got 32 seconds on Rens. So let's see what that does. Oh, and he's come straight back out. He's come straight back out. No petrol, yeah, no tires.
He's running a full tank and same set of tires. And
Beautiful.
He lost almost no time from that.
He lost about, yeah, exactly. I don't know how many seconds, but I would say 15 seconds. Maybe 16, 17 seconds he's lost on Rens.
Yeah, but considering that gap was 5 seconds before Rens went into the pits, I mean, that's...
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, he's gained more. Yeah, he's gained time. Yeah. Yeah, so that shows you.
Pretty impressive.
Difference.
Pretty impressive by Tuomas that he could be running with a full tank and still be pulling away from the rest of the field.
Well, let's see what it does with his lap times as the race progresses. I mean, tires getting worn, fuel tank emptying, it could balance each other out, but it does become more risky to drive. I mean, he's obviously, if anyone could do it, it's him, so just got to be steady about it.
And something happened with... Now my app is kind of going a little crazy here.
Luca there overtaking Santi on the inside. Santi now right behind him, going back on the outside of the next turn. But Luca's got us in the pocket.
Yeah, Luca just pulled away from that one.
Luca running a very steady race in the midfield. He should be happy if you're seeing his pace. It's very steady, right around the 130. It put his fastest lap down just now at 130.2. Obviously with new tires, less fuel, more fuel actually. It surprises me then that he would put his fastest lap down now. Unless he didn't take any fuel, you know. For all we know, people will have had full tanks from the start.
And that's
very difficult to
that's
gauge.
an interesting strategy. I mean, if you can do it, obviously we're seeing it pay off.
Yeah, it's just about measuring lap time versus 60 minutes, and I'm not sure if there's a difference between the cars, if some cars could do it and some cars couldn't. Yeah, we're seeing more fastest laps now. Pisani as well putting his fastest lap down, 129.7 for the race. Again, I'm starting to feel.
Wide.
Luca wide?
Way wide. He came back on, but my God, did he miss that? Really missed that one. So I guess now the real question, I mean, we're looking at Sake Lepo here, who has yet to come in. 13 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, what does that say? Obviously, you have to make the stop.
Here it is.
Nope. It's easy to...
I thought I saw him slowing it up enough. I can't believe it. He might be really waiting.
He's doing 130.5 average. Well, it's Laszlo as well is something to think about. Obviously, he's got only a small lead. What happened to Cortex though? He's not having the best of races either, is he?
Yeah, Cortex had some. He had some rough patches early on. We missed the one. We just caught the back end of it when he was in the sand trap, and I think from there he just hasn't really had much of a chance to bounce back. I mean, even though the gap in the middle of the pack still seemed very close. Petrol only 3 seconds off Team ASD. Hassani dropped down into 11th.
Let's talk about Laszlo for a second here again, because like I mentioned, he's got 9-second lead on the Cynic, so any stop he makes, he will lose that position. Then Albert will follow as well. Roble, I'm not sure about. He might be able to stick it just in front of Roble. So we're looking at 7th or 8th position for Laszlo when he makes the stop, if he doesn't take any petrol or tires. If he does, it's going to be a further setback.
Let's see. Is Sake...
It's surprising to see someone you don't expect to suddenly be running top 3, obviously, with still a pit stop left to go. It's
up 10 positions, so it's not...
Yeah.
You know, for a minute here, I was thinking if our app was just not correct.
Oh, no, definitely.
But...
It's correct.
I think it's correct. Laszlo, it might... I don't... Where was... He was battling with Pisani down towards... Yeah. Yeah, so I think the two of them still have to pit.
Pisani has been in.
Yeah, but Laszlo was with, he was down with Pisani.
Sure,
so
if
I was trying to
Pisani...
get an idea of where he was.
Yeah.
So he definitely, yeah, those two guys are still, they're holding on, but they're running out of time here. Pisani with a 29.6, it's a nice lap.
So looking at Sergio Culo running in 22nd position, 4 stops or 3 stops, 4 sets of tires. Looks like. Not sure if the app is right. Stefano obviously going medium, then softs again, and then mediums. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure that that's correct. It might be something funny because there's no way the Cynic in 6th position has taken 2 pit stops, as the app is indicating.
Sure, we have Sylvain crawling very close on Knox, starting on the outside and then scissoring it through onto the other side, and now...
Oh, Knox. That's a nice little move.
Yeah. I do love the sound of the Audi.
Yeah, it's a cool car. I'm pretty excited for the new one.
All right, let's see what they do here onto the straight. Both drivers, both Sylvain and Knock, having a good entry. So for now, Sylvain, all he can do is follow.
And this is interesting to see. It looks like Renz is starting to chip away at Tuomas here. I mean, that was...
I think that's just being managed though. I think Tuomas is allowing that gap. You know, with 8 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, Tuomas will be measuring his lap times. He is an incredibly clever driver. From the start, you can see he's managing his lap times. I mean, even now, his last lap was 1 minute 30.6, so he's managing that.
Yeah, and I think too, part of that is he doesn't want to push too hard at this point because he is on those mediums.
Of course, yeah, definitely. So if anything happens and Ren starts pushing, Tuomas will be looking at his own apps, his own clock, and he'll start pushing just as much to keep the gap the same. But for now, he's just letting the gap close. That's my understanding of it anyway.
With 8 minutes left, I think 7 seconds is it's a little too much at this point.
Absolutely, we're looking at what, 6 laps?
Yeah, best case. That's probably it's probably closer to 5. Depends on when when Tuomas comes across the line.
Monolith crawling close to Santi. Santi having a very tough time. That said, though,
Very
through
close.
that beginning mess up, he has still won 4 positions over his starting grid position. So Laszlo getting closer to Rune as well. Will be interesting to see if anything happens there. And again, we've got Sake still together with Laszlo with no stops.
Megadeth going side by side with Knock in the turn 2. No. A little bit of tire squeal. Might have pressed a little too hard in that brake zone there.
Knock or Sylvain?
Sylvain. And Knock up 11 spots. The big winner on the day so far. Sake Lepo finally heading into the pits with about a little under 7 minutes left.
Oh god, I hope our cars aren't in the way there.
They can move out of the way. So Rune goes back into third. Laszlo jumps up in the fourth.
Let's see what happens with Sake if he does anything. Now he's straight back out. Sake as well. No petrol, no tires. Obviously as expected. Losing 4 positions there on the pit stop.
Still,
so he's
in the grand scheme of things,
6 positions.
Not a bad strategy. Now he's just got to keep Roble back for the next 6 minutes.
That's very cool, very interesting. And now Laszlo is looking at some traffic, so he'll want to do his pit stop, I would say. I mean, he's got people within 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, Laszlo's at that point now.
He'll want to come in, so let's see what he does. Laszlo looks to be racing very solid as well. I mean, remember from the start of the race where you said he didn't really defend against, who was it? I don't remember. What was it, Petrol or Pisani? Pisani, I think.
It was, yeah, he was battling with Pisani for most of the early going.
But he just raced his lines, you know?
He did, and here he comes.
Laszlo going in.
Here
Laszlo going in.
Yeah, here he comes.
Into the pit stop.
And we're joined by Dennis Marquette, who unfortunately DC'd.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Happened to me for the last 2 races, so there's obviously like technical issues or something. We need to get that fixed. Really a shame.
Too bad to hear that, buddy, but good racing.
Laszlo,
right, and we have Laszlo going straight
that
back
seems
out,
to be
yeah.
that seems to be the strategy today. Is a full tank and 1 set of tires. Although
Let's see where Laszlo comes
bit.
back. I think he'll come back.
Oh, Petrol's going to be pushing to catch up, but I think I think Laszlo's got him here pretty handedly. Oh yeah.
So he's definitely won over Pisani. Did lose 3 positions. I mean, for him, the tactic hasn't paid off with losing 3 positions, so that's interesting as well.
Yeah, Laszlo. I think he ran into trouble early on. I mean, that had to
Sake
be.
though, really impressive for Sake and Knock as well. I think we missed his stop, but I'm gonna say that he didn't have any tires or fuel either, because there's no way he will have crawled up 11 positions taking petrol and fuel, petrol and tires.
I think that's a fair assessment. Also, 5th place, Albert. I mean, that's just.
Yeah, what the hell? I mean, it's insane.
Albert hasn't really been on the radar with any overtakes. We haven't really seen him
Totally
doing anything, but every time I look back at where he's at, he's just he's quietly higher up in the standings. I mean, yeah, for him to jump back up there in the 5th with 3 minutes left, and I think it's safe to say that's where he'll probably end the race.
You can see at this point as well that Renz has accepted his 2nd position and started running a more solid line, doing 130.5s.
And I mean, Nassau Racing, it's really not a bad showing for them. Obviously,
ASD
the first
right
place,
behind Roble.
the first place team is Tuomas and Pisani.
Definitely.
So, with Pisani in 11th, I mean, even though Tuomas is going to get the win, I mean, Renz and Rune in 2nd and 3rd, they're getting a lot of team points there. So that's definitely going to jump them maybe in front of those guys. They're only 10 points off, so it'll be close.
What I like really about this race is that close to the finish, at the back, like from P14, things are pretty tight still. That's
Throughout the entire
Absolutely.
race, it's just been.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Sylvain still chasing down Knock. I mean, This is an hour-long race, and we're still within a second of each other. It's impressive.
Fun fact about Gnonk, it's actually, as far as I'm concerned, it's actually his girlfriend racing right now, because she's pretty quick, and it's really nice to see her in P12 and just muscling on.
Oh, and you know what? That's an interesting point. I forgot about that. That's actually not Gnonk. That's his girlfriend racing today.
Yeah,
so our only female driver in ACRL is up 11 positions and in 12th, having a really so cool. Van just totally lost it. The car totally snapped back on him, went into the infield, lost that spot to Luca. And now he's gonna, we got Team ASD really putting the screws to Roble here.
Bad exit there.
Got a little shaky, but we'll see now. This will probably not be their last lap. No, it won't. There will be one more after this.
Yeah. ASD having a very nice late braking there. Roble braking much earlier.
And I think that's the Z4. I mean, that car, it does well in braking zone, straight line speed. It really can't hang with some of these other cars, but through corners, it's a very it's a pleasant car to drive. Let's put it that way. It does everything you want it to. Doesn't bite too hard. It's good in the brake zones.
It's because it's a Beamer.
That's right. He's trying to catch up to Roble anyway.
He's doing good. He's definitely pushing. I think Roble is feeling it.
This could be a very close finish.
Wide. Yeah, Roble is running wide on every turn there.
And I think it's partially that, through this last sector, the BMW is just a little bit better.
And see the difference there as well. You've got ASD before the turn in, moving just ever so slightly onto the curb. Roble not doing that.
Yeah.
Which automatically means that ASD will have a little bit of an advantage.
And that's all it takes when you're this close in pace. It's just the little things like that. That's what's gonna, again. Now we can expect
for these guys, this is not yet their last lap, right?
This will be their last lap. Tuomas is coming through the final portion of the track right now.
Okay, so he is finishing within the timer.
Yes. Yeah, he'll be across the line shortly. With a back-to-back win in GT3 to start the season.
So Tuomas is now finished, or he's on his final lap, which means that the timer has run out. So everybody crossing the line now will finish their race. ASD very close still, within 0.3 of a second.
And congrats to Tuomas. Flashes his lights, weaves down the start-finish line.
Nice. Hey, why are we quitting?
It's it goes into this countdown thing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but
so we've lost our little heads-up display, but we're still on board with ASD.
Tuomas doing his signature donuts post win here.
It doesn't look like ASD will have anything on the last turn. Tries to push it really hard, but that's it. What a race this has been, though, yeah?
This is another good one.
Absolutely insane.
As we see Tuomas facing the wrong way. Having some fun out there. We see, I think that's Ren's doing donuts over there.
Yeah, I can't see any. Finish. Can we see names? You can't enable the names right now.
No, you can't. But some shenanigans post-race.
Jesus Christ, did you see that?
Some shenanigans here. But a good race. And Knock doing some donuts. The big winner on the day, up 11 positions. But yeah, with that. So we have Tuomas in first, Ren second, Rune third.
Yeah, an insane race. I mean, when you look at the different pit strategies there as well. Very impressive.
Some really interesting things being done. Nice job by Tuomas coming up with a way to beat the the 911s
Rune's
of
saying he's
Nassau.
had some issues with his wheel that he couldn't shift in left-hand turns. That's interesting.
I don't know.
And then it started changing his brake bias in the left-hand turns. That sounds like a bit of a short circuit kind of thing.
Yeah, I think you gotta check those wires, Rune. Something's not working properly there, guy. But congrats to Tuomas, back to back. We'll see if he can hang on. I think week 3 is supposed to be VIR. It was swapped with Imola early on because there was an issue with the track. But
Okay.
we'll see if it's fixed in time, and if it's gonna have to be bumped again. But that's that.
That was a lot of fun. It was good, clean racing. Besides the first, the grid, the takeoff was a bit messy. It'll be interesting to watch back and see exactly what happened there. Obviously, turn 1 was very clean. Some running wide, but nothing extreme. And the rest of the race as well looked very, very good.
Yeah, I can't think of any real incidents that happened outside of that. That thing that happened off the grid, and we're not entirely sure what it was.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly what happened. I'm saving the replay. I don't know if it's an hour long, but
Well, I'm just lucky that I survived it in the end. Because
Yeah.
I remember I was pretty much in the middle of everything, and I just got lucky and got along with it with just very little damage.
Yeah, did you see
Yeah.
what happened, Dennis?
do you have any idea?
Yeah, some guys in front of me were touching each other. I think someone just missed that another driver were on his side and pulled back on the inside, cut him off, and then yeah, shenanigans were going to happen.
So I have the entire race here. I'm actually going to have a look now. I'm on the replay. So I'm currently on the grid, gonna pause and have a look and see what happened. So
And
you can.
And that's, yeah, if you want to see that, check out Black Mesa's stream. Otherwise, the official ACRL on, we're gonna go down.
All right, so let's have a look here.
But stay tuned. There's gonna be another race streamed on this channel later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. There will be
And
the
that's-
same track. It's just
that's-
gonna be the NA series.
That's Adder broadcasting, yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see as well.